Yesterday, I was meeting a friend out for lunch and I was just running kind of early. I wanted to leave the house and get started on my day, but it wasn't quite time to meet up with my friend. So instead, I decided to stop off at a local Goodwill and I figured I'd just browse for a little bit. Probably wouldn't buy anything, but just kind of check it out. Well, let me tell you, that is not what happened. I found lots of good things and I was excited to share them with you. It is a yucky, slushy day, but I'm going to see what I can find at Goodwill. I can't even begin to tell you how crowded this Goodwill was. You can't really tell from my video footage because I tried to avoid getting other people in my shots, but it was so crowded, and I went on a Wednesday at around 11 o'clock in the morning. There wasn't a special sale on, at least not that I was aware of, and everybody had carts full of items, and the aisles were very narrow, so people had to keep sort of backing up and moving over. It was really tight. But I was able to get some footage of some of the things that I thought were worth sharing with you. And you'll soon start to figure out which ones of these items made their way to my cart. I thought this piece would be great for displaying photos and mementos. They had a few nice pieces of art, including this little photograph. And this tray was so beautiful. This pottery bowl was really nice, and it was signed on the bottom. And these birds were really sweet. Loved the bowl. And this ashtray was fantastic. This was a good price, I thought, for a set of bowls, $9.99. I think they were Jamie Oliver brand. And I liked this one, but it was a little bit chipped in the corner, so that's a no. I thought this would be a pretty sign for spring decor. And the silver pitcher was pretty. $4.99 is not a terrible price. And then I thought this sign could be so pretty in the fall. I loved this one too. It wouldn't fit in my house anywhere, but if in the right space, it could be really excellent. This could be great for Valentine's Day decor. And they had some very pretty wine glasses. I just bought a bunch, but I wish I had seen these first. They had this pretty covered dish, and they had some other really nice pressed glass candy dishes. There were so many good ones to choose from. I ended up with this pink one because I loved the color and the great lines on it. But this one was nice, and you'll see another really pretty one in just a moment. Sometimes I like to give them as gifts and have some vintage jewelry or some other smaller item inside and kind of use it almost as like a packaging because it's so pretty and different. I like this white vase, very retro. It had one red rose in it, and this picture was really pretty. They had this whole stack of pretty bird prints from Home Goods, and I thought they would be beautiful on a gallery wall. I don't have the wall space for it right now, but I'm a sucker for a bird print. Here's my cart of shame. I'm headed home and looking forward to unwrapping all of my finds. First thing I want to show you is this excellent brass mirror tray. Has a great vintage look to it, and it's in perfect condition. I need to clean it again. I cleaned it, but I left some streaks in the mirror, if you can see those. I can clean those up really well. And this was only $3.99. I actually picked this right out of the bin. They hadn't even put it on the shelves yet, and I just thought the details were so pretty. So I'm not quite sure where I'm going to put this, probably somewhere in my bedroom, but I was really happy to find it. Similarly, I found this great painted tray. It's actually signed Kitty K. And if Kitty K is the person who painted this tray, she did a really nice job. And look at the details all along the side. It's just a nice wooden piece. And again, it's in perfect shape. I thought this would be wonderful. I might even put this in my parlor so there's a little spot to put drinks down and things if I have people over. But this little tray was only $3.99. I've been looking for some glass containers for food storage and I didn't want to pay full price for them. And I found 3 little ones that I think will work really well. This one was $3.99. This one was $1.99. And this one was $2.99. And I think I'll just use them every day. I mean, they're not necessarily exciting antiques or vintage finds, but they'll be really useful in my pantry storage. I found this fantastic sort of flower-shaped bowl. It's a nice glass bowl with lots of details on it. It was a little pricey for Goodwill. It was $7.99. But it's in really nice condition. And one of my goals in the new year is to eat more vegetables and salads and things like that. And I thought for times when my husband and I are having dinner, and it's usually just the 2 of us, I thought this could be the perfect little serving piece for a salad for 2. And maybe by putting it in a beautiful vintage container, I'll be a little more excited by the prospect of eating a bunch of lettuce. I'll let you know how that goes. I'm not a smoker, but I bought this vintage ashtray because I loved all the like bubble details and circle details in this. I thought it was really pretty and I thought I could easily just put a candle right on top of that or even like use it as an oversized coaster of some kind. It was 99 cents and for 99 cents, I just wasn't about to leave it behind. Because Valentine's Day is coming up, when I saw this heart-shaped mold, I thought, I've got to get this and figure out something to bake in it or do with it so that I can have a little treat on Valentine's Day. I thought it would make our table look so festive and maybe be incorporated somehow into some Valentine's Day decor, which I'll be doing a video on pretty soon. But this was $3.99, and so I decided to give it a shot. My dogs keep barking in the background. I really hope that they stop so I can show you these 2 little soup containers I bought. I thought they were so cute. I love the handles. Aren't they adorable? And I actually got little dishes that go under them. Make them look a little bit more complete. I thought they would be so cute, and I love soup, especially in the colder weather. So the bowls were $1.99 each, and the plates were $1.99 each. And I do apologize for the dogs. I bought this glass container. It's so pretty. It was $4.99, and it's going to replace this ugly plastic container I was using to hold my makeup. This thing was a real cheapie, and you can see I never even got the sticker off. I think I picked this up on Amazon or something like that. Anyway, I've never liked it all that much, and it will actually be a real pleasure to go through my makeup each morning in such a pretty container. I just found a 4th container that I didn't include with the rest of them. This one was $2.99 and it needs a really good clean, but it's glass. All 4 of them are glass, so I think they're gonna be great. I bought this pretty false craft mug because I loved the blue inside. I thought it was so pretty, and it's a nice chunky mug. I usually like my mugs a little bigger than this, but this one I think will hold a deceptively large amount of coffee. They actually had several of these, and I only got one because I don't really need more mugs. But yeah, there was just something about this one that called to me, so I'll happily add this to my existing collection of random coffee mugs. I bought this really pretty glass dish with lots of gold detail all around. Honestly, I have no idea what I'm gonna do with it, but it was so pretty. I just couldn't let it go. It was $2.99, and I feel like I feel like what I'm showing you just does not capture how delicate and pretty it is. So yeah, I don't know what I'll use it for, but again, I just couldn't leave it behind. And then the last thing I bought was this super pretty little pink glass dish. Isn't that so pretty? This was $1.99. But I think what I'm gonna do is actually put some candy hearts in it and make it part of my Valentine's Day decor. I don't do a lot for Valentine's Day, but I like to have a few details here and there just to kind of give a nod to the holiday. I almost forgot to show you this lamp that I picked up. It was $19.99. It has this great vintage look, and I've been wanting a standing lamp. This one needs total rewiring because you can see there is none. But the lamp is super heavy. It has some great lines. I love the shades. And I thought for $19.99, I'll take a risk. I thought you might enjoy seeing how I've put some of the pieces that I purchased to good use. I don't have everything to show you because some things are still in the dishwasher, but this will give you a general idea. After I had lunch with my friend, oh, by the way, we went to Cumin, India, which is one of my favorite Indian restaurants. It's on Dixwell Avenue in Hamden. It's, so good. After that, I made my way over to Target and I picked up a new hand towel holder for my first floor bathroom and a new doormat for my kitchen door leading to my brick patio outside. They're just two really small things, but they were both driving me crazy. And for the longest time, I had been meaning to get replacements. And so it felt really good to tick those things off my list. And I have to say, sometimes, you know, when we think about our home decor, we think about big things. We think about purchasing furniture. We think about painting rooms and buying rugs and curtains and all those fancy things. But sometimes I find the devil's really in the details, and it can sometimes be those little tiny tweaks that bring us the most joy. This welcome sign is covered by snow, but trust me when I tell you, it's extremely worn out. It needs to be replaced by something nice and new, like this guy. Looks so much better. Thank you, Target. This towel holder never worked right. You can see I tied this big bow on top to try to keep the handles upright so the towel doesn't drag all over the wet sink. This is much better. In other news, I continue to play around with my Parlor decor. If you saw my Parlor transformation video, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you haven't, I suggest you check it out. But my son has been home from college, so I decided to take advantage of his muscles and his need for some cash to bring some pieces down from the attic and move things around. So I made some changes. I like them. I don't love them. I think I might be in danger of making the room too crowded again. However, what I didn't like in the original image that I'm going to show you, the original video, is that I had a lot of furniture with sort of long, skinny legs, and I felt like what I was missing was some bigger pieces to ground this space. So I'm going to show you what I mean. Here's how I last left the parlor in my transformation video. Nothing's changed since then, just refreshing your memory. And here is the change. So you can see now the secretary is in a different corner. And I put this antique dresser in the corner where the secretary used to be. And I really like the dresser very much, but I really feel like it's way too big for this particular space. You can see how it extends past the hearth. But I like the wood tones. I like the heft of the piece. I also like the needlepoint picture on this particular wall. I think it gives me some nice storage, and I'm going to figure out a better way to do this. This will give you an idea of what I have in mind. Basically, it's a block front chest, and I'll have to take particular measurements, but this is the idea of what I think is going to work well in the space. I'm sure if I'm patient, I'll eventually find what I'm looking for. Although, to be honest, there is an antique store I know of right now that has the exact right piece, and it's made by the furniture maker that we collect, Margolis. But I think that the price tag was around $4,000 last I checked. And I can tell you that I won't be spending $4,000 on one of those pieces unless there are actual gold bars and diamond tiaras inside the drawers. So that's what I have for you today. I have to show you the pile of cats on my lap. Can you see them? They're so snuggly. Anyway, my son went back to college today. I miss him already. And he went with his girlfriend, so the house is very quiet. My husband's in the barn. He has some friends over and they're doing their thing. So I have the house all to myself. I think I'm gonna have a little leftover pizza, a glass of wine, and I'm gonna enjoy the peace and quiet. So that's what I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you liked it, please hit like and subscribe, and I hope to see you next time. Until then.